P. rugosus, 3 little geckos that started a dilemma. These are the actual geckos that were taken at Tinley Park NARBC in Chicago. The person who allegedly took these geckos claimed that she was sold the animals for $250 when you can clearly see the price is marked at $750. The animals in question were taken from Steve Cemelli.
The dilemma lies in that Kathy was once a respectable member of the herp community and is well known in certain circles. And it was one of those circles, the iHerp community, that's making prosecution a reality. Kathy Weeks found it all too easy to steal animals at the show. So easy, in fact, that she was successful in stealing from at least 3 vendors, one of them being Chicago Reptile House, the show's promoter.
Okay, so I'm standing here with Steve Cemelli. So Steve, obviously you had an incident at Tinley Park last week where someone walked away with some geckos that belonged to you. Can you just elaborate a little bit on what happened?
Sure. I had these on my table, and there was a woman who was looking at them for maybe 5 or 10 minutes, who was in a little scooter, and then she left, and maybe 15, 20 minutes later, I looked, and the geckos were gone. So I had remembered that she was looking. A friend...
Geckos falling from everywhere.
A friend had knew who she was, so he brought me over to her. She was outside getting in her car. I questioned her nicely, you know, excuse me, ma'am, I don't mean to be rude, but these geckos were missing, you were looking at them. She was very apologetic, like, oh, I didn't, you know, I can't believe somebody would do that. And I said, can I look at your styro? And she was a little hesitant, but she let me. And as she opened it, my actual container was empty and sitting on its side in her styro. So I said, that's my container. She said, oh, I got that from somebody in the show. I said, well, I melted these holes in that container myself. Can I look a little further and see if the geckos are in there? So she was like, yeah, you know, obviously because she couldn't really do anything. I was going to look anyway. So I went down, and they're in another cup, whereas all these geckos in the cup with my sticker stuck to the bottom of the cup. So I said, ma'am, these are mine. And she didn't know what to say at first. Then she told me that somebody sold them to her. Some other vendor saw her looking at them at my table, and then came to her 2 rows over and sold them to her, and that they were in the deli cup, and this container was in the guy's arm, and she asked if she could have the container because she could use it in her home. It's kind of a far-fetched story. Right. So
Now,
hopefully the tapes will reveal, if there are any tapes, hopefully they will reveal the truth.
and if there are any tapes now, you're hoping to prosecute her?
Originally I said no, but now that there's a whole post about woe is me, you know.
Now, interestingly enough that you say that, it was absolutely amazing. The reaction from the iHerp community specifically really kind of set this in motion. Now, obviously, you would have to travel to Chicago to prosecute her, and that involves some expense. It's not easily covered. Now, the iHerp community actually stepped up and offered to send you. Now, how do you feel about that?
It was crazy because, you know, originally I wasn't going to prosecute, obviously, because I would have had to go back. And then now that she did that, I'm like, you know what? If she keeps going with this, maybe I will go. And all these people said, well, if you want to go, go. We think you should go. We'll donate money. We'll donate money. So I said, all right, well, if it comes down to it, that may be what I'll do.
Pretty awesome. That's definitely the iHerp community coming together, and you got to appreciate it. Well, Steve, good luck, man. I hope it comes through. Obviously, the geckos are back safe with you, which is a good thing. Absolutely. And
because of the cost, it actually is a felony from what I'm told. So she'll definitely, you know, if it was her again.
Well, good luck, man.
Now, of course, everyone is innocent until proven guilty. But this is one I've got a gut feeling on, so we'll be watching. And drinking iHerp beer.